Hi, Bob. Hope all's well with you and the current situation the world is dealing with these days.
Hello, Jason. Well, everything is good here. Actually, we excelled as a country in the COVID situation. We had 200 deaths only, and most of them were not even like corona related, but you know how it goes. And for me, it was kind of strange, and because I had to stay home like everybody, but it was a blessing for me because we were in the middle of moving in a new house, plus renovating the new house, plus moving in a new studio, plus renovating this new space. So what I did, because I couldn't do anything, we couldn't go out from our home, so from our house, so I loaded my PlayStation 4 and I was playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey, in ancient Greece, for like 2 months in a row. And it was perfect. It was the perfect time for me. And also I had time to concentrate on the promo material, like video clips and everything, covers and everything, regarding my new solo album, the Amadeus Street Warrior.
How is it working on the Amadeus Street Warrior album and promo videos? Must have been a lot of work.
Well, for first time in like 11 years, I shot a video with myself on it. Yeah, that's strange because I tend to just put some like videos of graphics and 3D designs and fancy stuff because I think that my music is a little bit more soundtrack style. So the last thing I want to do is just playing fast keyboards on a video. But people they like to do it. They like to watch somebody playing. So yeah, I the second video clip was me playing on this Bay Area highway, and I really enjoyed it. I think it looks cool. Yeah, the first video was like the title track, the main theme of the so-called computer game, of the fictional computer game, and it was made by a guy I met on Fiverr, this great site, and we tried to reproduce an original 8-bit game, something like Double Dragon Streets of Rage, and I really love it. It's my best video ever.
Being a producer for more than 50 albums and 160 video clips since 2002, would you say that time goes quickly and or slow for a producer that is busy like you?
Yeah, I think that time moves very, very fast. I it seems like yesterday when I met with Gus and I joined Firewind and we started traveling and doing all these crazy, crazy things we did together. I'm very happy for all these years. I did a lot of stuff also with my other band Outloud. I joined Sirius Black while Gus was in played with Ozzy Osbourne. I did. I'm like in the sixth album now, a solo album now, which is crazy. It's 6 solo albums. I've wrote a lot of stuff for Camelot also. I'm very busy, and I've done something like 160 video clips. It's crazy. Yeah. The thing is, I like to create something every day. I don't care if it goes viral or I make like thousands and millions of views. I don't know. I just want. I feel that my life depends on creating something new every day. If I don't create something like a video clip or maybe just a nice image or in the computer or a new song or a guest solo appearance from me or a video clip or like a playthrough video or something. I want to create something every single day and maybe just to leave a bit of legacy behind me. This makes me feel good. So yeah, time goes fast so quickly. Yeah.
Do you keep in touch with Gus G or anyone from Firewind?
Yes, of course. Gus is still one of my best friends. even in some interviews, he tries to present us like we had problem and we were holding the band back, which is not the case because he had to go and play with Ozzy Osbourne, and then we were just waiting. And then when he came back, then he did 3 solo albums that we were just waiting. So yeah, that was not the case. We were not holding Firewind back. Instead, we did a lot of we did a cool comeback in the stages. We did some cool tours, like the last one with Queensryche. And actually, we talk very often. Same goes with the bass player Petros. He's one of my best friends too. We don't talk very often, but I love this guy. You know, there's very, very cool stuff. You know, these guys were in my wedding. These guys, we know how each other's farts smell. You know what I mean? So they will always be in my heart.
Making a video game album from the era of Sega and Commodore 64 days probably needs a lot of dedication and a lot of ideas. Where do you find your inspiration to create such masterpieces?
The inspiration, well, actually the inspiration just hit me. And I created the whole album in 6 days. You know, it's crazy. It was like 6 days. There was no idea that I'm gonna do this. I just bought a plug-in, you know, a virtual instrument. I had a rough day with my father in the hospital. I went back and I was like, I have to check out this new virtual instrument I bought today. So I bought this. I started jamming with this, and then 2 hours later, the first song was created, and I was like, oh wait, what can I make out of this? And I was like, this has to be an album, but this album is gonna be what? This album is gonna be a video game. And then I started creating this video game in my mind, in my head, and so this helped me to get inspiration how every level would sound like. I was like, okay, now this guy goes out of the asylum and he goes out in the deserted city. Then I started making a song for this. And then he faces the first boss. So you get your best first boss fight. And then now I need something more like an Outrun style, the racing game music. And then I need something more epic. So I did the song for the castle. And then he goes back to his old house, the one that Amadeus grew up in. So I did the song called The Mansion. Yeah, so I got the inspiration actually from all these years of playing games non-stop, almost non-stop, because when we were touring with Firewind, I had no time for this. Yes.
The music world slowed down so much. What do you mostly do to manage your time as a musician?
Yeah, that's a very cool thing that happened to me, because by quitting with Firewind, I don't depend on playing live shows anymore. Actually, I never depended on live shows and the music itself. Now I have a brand new studio. People are coming here. Actually, today is my first day that the studio is on. So yeah, I was pretty busy, and I will keep myself busy because I'm also involved in the music video making. So I'm pretty busy, while actually nobody's doing anything. All the bands, even Firewind, we were supposed to go to America, but the guys stayed home. And then there's not going to be anything in October. And I think Gus is doing some masterclass, some clinics, with Skype. But thank God I took advantage of all this thing, and I took the time to build my new studio. And now I'm very happy that I got this place, and I don't care if they lock us down again. I will still be here. Maybe I make the sequel to Amadeus.
What are some of your main influences in music today?
Today, well, that's strange, because the more I grow up and I get older, the more I go back to my roots. And this is like a thrash metal. While I was building the studio, the only music that I was listening to was Annihilator or Megadeth, Anthrax, Sacred Reich, all these bands that back in the 90s, 1991, I was listening to this stuff a lot, and it's still my favorite music. I think after all, I'm like, I don't know, maybe I was born to be a thrash metal guy, but then keyboards came in my way, so I became like a real musician. You know what I mean? Yeah. So thanks for your call, Jason. People can check out my latest album. It's so strange because it's like it's not a metal album, but it could be a metal album. It's not a retro wave, but it could be. It's a lot of different stuff. One thing for sure is there are a lot of images there that you can create in your head by listening to this to Amadeus Street Warrior, and you can find it on my Bandcamp website. You know, it's like popkatsionis.bandcamp.com, and then you can find all my music. Thank you very much, Jason.